Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about exercises that you can do at your desk to help with neck and upper back stiffness. My name's Taylor Lau, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and in our last video, I went over the proper ergonomics and desk setup to help reduce stress on the neck musculature. If you haven't seen that video yet, I definitely recommend starting there because if you don't have proper alignment, then you're always going to be putting those muscles under tension and under a lot of stress. So the exercises are good, but in combination with proper posture. So a lot of my patients with neck pain are office workers, and it's very common because of that rounding posture. Forward head, rounded shoulders, increased rounding of this upper back. These exercises are going to help you get out of that position. So these were the top 5 exercises that I've given to patients, and they've come back and told me that they like these the best because one, they're so easy, they don't even have to leave their desk, they can do it sitting right here, and two, because they work and they're effective. So let's get into the exercises. The first exercise is one of my favorites. It is seated thoracic extension. So that is for this part of the back here, the upper thoracic spine. When people sit with rounded posture, this tends to curve forward, which is okay if it's temporary, but we don't want to spend too much time in that rounded position. We do want to allow the spine to rest and balance it out by getting you extending backwards. You're going to sit back all the way in the chair, and you're going to start by interlocking your fingers and bracing them on the back of the skull here. That's to protect the neck because I don't want the neck to hyperextend. The motion to come from this upper back. I'm going to brace the neck. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to extend over the chair. So what you should feel is a little bit of pressure in this upper back as you extend back over the chair, a nice stretch, but you shouldn't feel any pain. So if you do feel pain, stop, check your form, maybe check the height of the backrest if it's too low or too high. But these exercises should be pain-free. They should feel good to do. Exercise number 2 is going to be a gentle stretch for the upper traps. In order to do that, let's say I want to stretch the right side, rotate the head away, and then try to bring the nose down and towards the armpit. Should feel a light stretch in this upper trap, this back side of the neck here. If you don't feel a stretch there, we can make the stretch a little more intense by 1, grabbing the bottom of the chair. That's going to pin the shoulder down so it doesn't rise up as you tilt. Grab the bottom of the chair, and then I can gently grab the back corner of my skull and help with that pull. And you just gently pull, and once you start to feel the stretch, hold it there. Don't keep pulling and pulling and pulling, thinking the harder I pull, the more effective the stretch. When it comes to stretching muscles, it's more about how long you hold it instead of how hard you pull, right? We need long duration and more frequent stretching than really intense stretching. So for exercise number 3, we're targeting the pecs, and specifically trying to get the shoulders to open up. Again, getting us out of this rounded forward posture, opening up the chest. So the seated version is really simple. Take your hands, grab them behind the back, and you're going to pull down and back with your hands. My shoulders open this way, and my shoulder blades are coming down and in. Visualize the chest opening, and think of your collarbones like wings of a bird, and those are also expanding outwards. Stretch through this front part of the shoulder. Moving on to stretch number 4. This one is going to target the Quadratus lumborum, which is a muscle in the lower back region. So you might want to push your chair back a little bit, and you're going to sit with your legs spread in a V. One hand will brace on the leg, and the other hand will come and rainbow over your head. So as I rainbow over this way, I'm feeling a nice stretch in this lower back on this one side. Now again, this stretch shouldn't cause you any pain in the back, but if the stretch is a little too intense, you can make it easier by bringing the hand across the face. Yeah? Not going so high with the stretch. That's going to make it a little less intense, maybe a little more tolerable if you're just getting started with these stretches. Alright, so stretch number 5 is for the hips and the glutes. And you're going to bring one foot on top of the opposite knee. So to get a stretch, you can either push down on this bent leg, and you should feel a stretch in the hip, or I like to put my forearm on this leg and then lean my chest down. So these exercises were the ones that my patients told me were the most effective and convenient for them. So I want you to go try them out at work, see which ones work for you. Also important to do some standing stretches, and I'm going to go over those types of stretches in the next video linked here.